What's up everybody, it's Rashad here. I have a very interesting video for you today. I'm going to show you exactly how I missed out on $50,000. Now I want to emphasize, I missed out on $50,000. I did not lose $50,000. There's a big difference. And you're probably wondering how exactly did I do that? So let's get started. So for those of you that are familiar with the channel, you know that I am a business owner. I own a six-figure photography business, and then I also am the founder and owner of Ice Cream Rollery, which is a road ice cream parlor. We had a few locations here in Ohio. But even with all of my business success, my primary source of income has always been from stock options trading and investing. And the stock options trading is exactly how I missed out on that $50,000. So let me give you the details. So I was the owner of two of these companies here. I owned META, which I'm sure you're familiar with, formerly known as Facebook, and then I owned Upstart as well. Now, Upstart is a much smaller company that brings in revenue from issuing loans with the power of AI. But to make a long story short, I liked what I seen from both of these companies, so I decided to buy, and I bought 100 shares of META, and I bought 700 shares of Upstart. And my cost basis for META was $115, and my cost basis for Upstart was $19. Now, cost basis is just the average amount you paid for all of your shares combined. Now, one of the safest and most efficient ways to generate income when you own several shares of a company is to sell covered calls on the shares that you own. Now, for those of you who are fairly new to options, you're probably saying, well, what in the world is a covered call? So let me show you. So the objective of a covered call is to generate income from an existing stock position. Now, how does that work? Well, you sell call options on the stock, which obligates the seller, which is you, to sell the stock to the buyer at a predetermined price, which is called the strike price, if the stock price rises. To put it simply, selling a covered call is very similar to selling insurance. Now, you probably have car insurance, or I hope you do, but if you do, you probably pay the insurance company a set amount every single month just in case something were to happen to the car. Now, that insurance company keeps that premium that you pay them whether you get into an accident or you don't. However, if you do, in the slim chance that you do, they are obligated to pay for your car's expenses. And that is very similar to what selling a covered call is. So let me give you another real world example. So let's say you own a home and you are witnessing the housing market continue to rise and you want to bring in guaranteed income from your home as the price rises. So what you could do, you see you're here, you are the homeowner, you could sell a covered call on this house that you own. Okay, so you will sell a covered call to the insurance agent over here. For this example, let's say you sold a covered call at $320,000, and that is your strike price, and you did it for 60 days from now, and that will be your expiration date. And for this, you were paid $4. Now in the stock market, every contract is worth 100 shares. So every price, every premium is always multiplied by 100. So in the stock market, if you received $4 of premium, you would actually be receiving $400 in total. So let's rewind. Here's you want to sell a covered call to the insurance agent because this is your house. Your house is currently worth $300,000. So you sell a call option at $320,000 from 60 days out, and you receive $400 in total for selling that covered call. Well, here's what happens moving forward. You will get to keep that $400 regardless of what happens. If your home's value stays at $300,000, you keep your $400 premium. If your home's value drops, then you keep your premium. If your home value even rises, you keep your premium. Now, if the home value rises above $320,000 by the expiration date, 60 days from now in this example, then you would be obligated to sell your home to the insurance agent. So that is another real world example, but now let's look at an example of an actual stock. So for this example, we'll use Apple. An Apple stock owner, which in this case is you, is concerned that the stock price has risen too much and you want to sell your shares and also make money if the price drops. So you, as the covered call seller, offer to sell them a covered call on the shares that you already own. All right, so that's why it's called a covered call, because the contract is covered by the shares that you already have in your account. So you sell them a covered call at $185, that is your strike price, for an expiration 30 days from now, and you receive $200 worth of premium for doing so. So again, you as the option seller get to keep that $200 premium that you received regardless of what happens to the stock's price. Now, if Apple's stock price drops below $175, you just keep your money. If the stock price stays at 175, you just keep your money. If the stock price even rises anywhere up to $185, you just keep your money. Now, if it rises above $185, you still keep your money. However, now you are obligated to sell your shares to the buyer. So from this, you can see that selling covered calls are a great way to generate income because the probability of being successful is so high. And so now that you have that little background, now let me show you how I missed out on over $50,000. So I bought META, I bought 100 shares of META in November at $115. All right, 100 shares at $115. Well, starting at the beginning of this year, the stock price and the entire stock market started to rise very rapidly. So I had sold covered calls on my shares of META at $150. And over the next few months, the stock price rose above $150. So I had to sell my shares of META in February at $150. So let's take a look at what that math looks like. So I bought the shares at $115, then I was forced to sell them at $150. That is a difference of $35. Now, as I said, I had 100 shares of it, so I made $3,500 from selling my 100 shares of META. But then I was also paid $325 for selling that covered call of META. So in total, I profited $3,825. Now, anytime you make money, that's a beautiful thing, especially seeming as I only had the shares for a few months. But let me show you why it was only good and definitely not great. So as you've seen before, I bought the shares in November at $115. I was forced to sell them in February at $150. However, the stock price is currently at a 52-week high right now here in November, and it has hit as high as $338. So how much money did I miss out on with META? Let me show you the math. So the 52-week high is $338. My shares were taken away from me at $150. So we subtract that 338 minus 150 and we get a difference of $188. So we'll times that 188 times the 100 shares that I owned, and that is $18,800 that I missed out on just in this year from one stop.
But you're an idiot. That's my message. You're an idiot.
Now that sucks. Like that really, really sucks. But the money I missed out on Upstart is even worse. Let me show you. So with Upstart, I bought 700 shares in February of this year at $19. I sold covered calls. I continuously sold covered calls, and I was forced to sell my shares in May for $23. Now you can probably just take a look at the graph right now and see how much the stock price rose in a very short period of time. But let's do some quick math. So I bought the shares at $19 and was forced to sell at $23. That is a difference of $4. Now we take that $4 and we multiply it by the 700 shares that I owned, and that is $2,800. But in the meantime, while I owned the shares, I received $650 of premium from selling covered calls. So my total profit from Upstart was $3,450. Again, not bad for owning the shares just for a few months. But look at this opportunity that I missed out on. Upstart literally skyrocketed over the course of 3 months, basically just during the summer, and rose all the way up to $72 at its peak in August. So let's do the math for this. 52-week high was $72. The shares were taken away from me at $23. So 72 minus 23 is $49. Take that $49 and you multiply it by 700 shares that I had, and that is $34,300 that I missed out on just during the course of the summer.
But you're an idiot. That's my message. You're an idiot.
And in total, if we add both up, I missed out on $34,300 from Upstart, and I missed out on $18,800 from META, for a total missed opportunity of $52,800 just this year. So yeah, this definitely sucks. Now, although this is horrible, don't feel sorry for me. Like I said, my primary source of income is from trading options, and I do very, very well with it. I bring in multiple six figures per year trading options. And I can show you here This is just one of my accounts. This account alone went up over $200,000 this year, and I have over 10 accounts total. So I do very well. But no matter how well you do, missing out on $52,000 is going to hurt you. That just is what it is. However, for anybody who's interested in learning how exactly I generate this type of income from the stock market using options, feel free to join Trade to Freedom. It is an online community and online course where I show you exactly how I do what I do, and I even publish my real trades in real time, so you could even follow my trades if you so choose to. And if you're brand new to options or you're new to selling options, that is perfect. The online course will show you how to do everything from A to Z, so you can start generating passive income from anywhere in the world. That's it for today. I appreciate you staying along for the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.